The state volleyball tournaments all in one location this weekend over at the Monument in Rapid City. Brad DeBeer will be doing some of the games for South Dakota Public Broadcasting. He joins us once again right here on KDSJ Sports. Thanks so much, Brad, for the time.
Hey, thanks, Cody. Appreciate it. It's that time of year, I guess, so look forward to it.
What is your focus on the court this weekend?
So I will be on center court with the Class B. Class B is on the center court this year, so I'll have the Class B, all 12 matchups there. My wife will join me with the color commentary, so the two of us will have all of those games. Looking forward to seeing some great tournaments. I know we're going to talk about Class A here, but I know that Class B tournament will be great. And watching the Class AA scores throughout the year, it seems like it's Harrisburg's tournament to lose, but it'll be a fun weekend with a lot of volleyball in the Monument.
And especially with Class A and Class B, you see some of those crossover games, so maybe you know a little bit more than, of course, we do here in Western South Dakota about these Class A teams. We do have two teams from the Black Hills Conference going to be playing right there in their hometown, featuring Rapid City Christian and St. Thomas More. We know about them. What do you know?
We actually get to play Rapid City Christian in basketball this year. So I'm kind of looking forward to peeking down at that court to see some of those athletes on the court. But I know they're athletic. I know that Rapid City Christian has done some really good things this year. They've kind of built on that program's continuing to build up. Now, the only problem I see for Rapid City Christian is that they're going to have to open up with Del Rapids as the 2 versus 7. And Del Rapids is really good. And I don't know if they're quite like they were a year ago, even though they're defending state champs now. They lost a couple of really talented players. Tough to replace a center that goes on to play in the Big Ten. So it'll be interesting. But they do have, I think, probably top 3 player in the entire state, regardless of class, in Maddie Henry. Jack Henry, her brother, is the starting quarterback at SDSU now. She's the younger sister, and she's just a phenom. So looking forward to watching her. She'll be a Division I volleyball player in a couple of years. So I think that's what Rapid City Christian's going to have to run up against. And then you talked about St. Thomas More. I don't know a whole lot about St. Thomas More outside of, history is on their side. They went through a spell here over the last probably, 4 or 5 years where maybe they haven't been as dominant as they were for, almost a decade in all of girls sports in Class A. But it looks to me like they may be finding their way back here as a 6 seed at 29-9. Now they're going to have to play Sioux Falls Christian, who, again, Sioux Falls Christian deceiving as a 3 seed, 25-10. I think they've only lost to 1 out of those 10 losses. I believe only one of those losses is to a South Dakota school. The rest of them are all Iowa schools in some tournaments that they played in. So between Sioux Falls Christian, Del Rapids, and Dakota Valley, they have just beat each other up, in South Dakota matchups. And again, Sioux Falls Christian at 25-10. Do not be fooled by 10 losses. They are as good as anybody in this state tournament, and I think they could win the whole thing.
The number 1 team coming into the state tournament after their SODAC 16 win last week is Dakota Valley. What can you tell us about them?
I do know out of Dakota Valley, again, a team. I think Del Rapids beat Dakota Valley, but Dakota Valley beat Sioux Falls Christian. Sioux Falls Christian beat Dells, or just something like that. So they're tested, though. At 31-3, they've been there. This is nothing new for them. It is a new coach. They have a new head coach this year. But again, so you switch out head coaches and you bring back a majority of the players that you've had out there the last couple of years, and they just continue to do what they do. So you're going to see a lot of athleticism that I cannot remember off the top of my head. I don't have it in front of me. The young lady that plays outside hitter for them, but she's one of the best athletes in the tournament. She's really good on the track, and I think she's a jumper in track and field, maybe a triple jumper, a high jumper. But she's going to be a young lady that you want to pay attention to for Dakota Valley too. Just be listening, and you'll know right away if you're watching who she is. She's an outside hitter, but they'll play Wagner, who Wagner had to beat Winter. Those two teams just battled all year to get there. So, Wagner's tested as well. It'll be fun to watch them with some talented kids that we've heard about on the basketball floor translating over onto the volleyball court. So fun to watch that one. Again, a 1 versus 8 with this new SODAC 16. You and I talk about this every year, Cody. It's changed the way you look at a 1 versus 8, but Dakota Valley's pretty talented. So I think it's going to be tough for Wagner in that matchup. The next matchup of the day, that second one in the afternoon, the 4 versus 5, two teams that are super familiar with each other. They're 20 miles apart over here on the east side of the state in Clark-Willow Lake and Hamlin. Hamlin has been, the last 4 or 5 years, a group that has found a way to get to not only state basketball tournaments, but state volleyball tournaments. And they're proving it over and over. Now, Clark-Willow Lake just kind of burst on the scene this year at 25-1. They are super young, and I don't know if you'll get a chance to watch any of this Class A matchup, Cody, but if you do, Clark-Willow Lake is a team that is going to be around, mark my words, for the next 3-4 years for sure, barring any type of weird injuries. They've got a super talented 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade classes. I mean, this group is unbelievable. And then they've got a couple of, I was reading the story, is it 605 Sports maybe had a story about Shannon Schlegel, which is Shannon Huber now, and Andrea Begeman, who they were both Clark Comets back in their day, of course, led them to all kinds of state tournaments. Well, now they get to be moms, so they've got daughters on these teams. And it's that time of, when generations come back, that's what we're starting to see in Clark-Willow Lake. I think they're going to be fun to watch.
I have all of the rest of the field's mascots down, but I cannot think of Clark-Willow Lake.
They are the Cyclones now.
Okay. So the number 1 team coming in is Dakota Valley. Number 2 will be Del Rapids, your reigning champions. The 3 seed will be Sioux Falls Christian. Number 4 is Clark-Willow Lake. Number 5 is Hamlin. That toss-up game, that 4-5 matchup, is your second game on Thursday. The number 6 seed will be St. Thomas More. Number 7 seed is Rapid City Christian. And number 8 seed is Wagner. So no upsets in last week's SODAC 16 for Class A. Looking forward to this pretty good field coming up this Thursday through Saturday.
Yeah, there should be some great volleyball. And I mean, over the last, 10 years, but last 5 years especially, and the Class A volleyball talent pool is just incredible to watch some of these young ladies. There's so many opportunities for volleyball to be played, not only from August until November, but year round anymore. And they travel, they play everywhere. The level of volleyball has improved, and it's fun to watch. And it will really show in Class A. Obviously the AA has some talented kids, but I just believe that Class A is just loaded from top to bottom here in this state tournament. So fun to watch this weekend and see who can, put 3 matches together, because that's what it kind of comes down to here. You're going to have, you look at it, obviously Dakota Valley should have the easy road, right? When you say, okay, they're the one, you win, you get to play the 4-5. Del Rapids, Sioux Falls Christian, that group, Rapid City Christian, whoever comes out of there, man, they have earned their place in a state championship match getting there, because they're going to have to battle to get out of it on that bottom half of the bracket.
And again, that tournament, it's going to be Thursday through Saturday. All the matches at the Monument and the Summit Arena over in Rapid City. Catch out the coverage over at SDPB through South Dakota Public Broadcasting Online. And thanks once again to Brad DeBeer. He'll be doing the Class B court, but he always has some eyes on the other action. Thanks a lot, Brad, for the time.
Appreciate it, Cody. Thanks again.